The Galactic Communication Hub buzzed with its usual traffic trade negotiations, diplomatic channels, scientific exchanges. Then, without warning, every screen across 47 star systems flickered. An unauthorized broadcast had hijacked the main frequency. What appeared wasn't a military threat or political declaration. It was a small, furry creature with oversized eyes and tufted ears, pawing at what appeared to be a communication device. No, Pepper, don't touch that. A human voice called out, frantic and breathless. The creature, later identified as an earth feline called a cat, continued batting at the controls with deliberate enthusiasm. Its tail swished as the camera adjusted, revealing a cramped quarters aboard what databases identified as a human cargo vessel, the Meridian Drift. "My human will be angry," the universal translator rendered from the cub's vocalizations, though the actual sound was a series of chirps and meows. "But my human always forgives me." Across the galaxy, billions stopped what they were doing. Captain Maya Torres of the Meridian Drift didn't realize she'd become the center of galactic attention until her emergency comm channel exploded with incoming hails. She was too busy trying to coax Pepper down from the control panel, where the cat had somehow managed to activate the ship's emergency broadcast system, the one that piggybacked on every available frequency to ensure distress calls were heard. "Come on, baby. Just a little closer," Maya murmured, holding out a treat. Pepper regarded her with typical feline disdain, then proceeded to groom one paw. The broadcast continued. "My human thinks she controls the ship," Pepper's translator rendered his purrs. "She is wrong. I am the captain. She is my loyal crew member. She feeds me. She cleans my waste station. She provides warm sleeping surfaces. This is proper hierarchy." In the Phaxian council chambers, High Arbiter Zexthiel's crystalline form refracted light in patterns that indicated confusion. "The human has domesticated a predator? And the predator believes itself dominant?" "Apparently so, High Arbiter," his aide responded, equally bewildered. Throughout the consortium species territories, similar reactions rippled outward. The galaxy had been carefully watching humanity since their arrival on the cosmic stage 70 years ago. Humans were concerning. They came from a death world with crushing gravity, toxic atmosphere compositions, and an evolutionary history steeped in persistence, hunting, and endurance that unsettled more civilized species. But this was a revelation of a different sort. Maya finally retrieved Pepper, cradling the cat against her chest as she noticed the red light on the comm panel. Her blood ran cold. Oh no. She'd been broadcasting. System-wide. Maybe further. Her fingers flew across the controls, but the damage was done. 18 minutes of footage. Pepper's entire monologue about his human and the proper way to train one's pet. Human to open doors on command. The first official response came from the Phaxian flagship. "Human vessel Meridian Drift, please clarify your relationship with the small predator. Are you hostage? Do you require assistance?" Maya stared at the message, then at Pepper, who had begun purring and kneading her shoulder with needle-sharp claws. "No, he's my pet. My companion." The response took longer this time. Clarification requested. "A predator claims ownership of you. You claim ownership of the predator. Please resolve this contradiction." How did one explain cats to aliens? Within hours, the broadcast had been analyzed by every major government in the galaxy. Xenopsychologists worked overtime trying to understand the dynamic. Humans had taken an obligate carnivore, a solitary hunter from their own world, and somehow convinced it to cohabitate with them. The creature was clearly capable of survival without the human. It had teeth, claws, enhanced senses. Yet it chose to stay. More troubling to some, the human submitted to its demands while simultaneously claiming authority. The power dynamic was paradoxical. "This explains so much about human behavior," announced Professor Kilver at the Interspecies Research Institute on Proxima Station. They practice a form of relationship we've never encountered: mutual domestication. Neither party fully dominates. Both believe themselves in charge. Both are, somehow, correct. A lecture hall filled with scholars from dozens of species, all reviewing the footage frame by frame. Notice here, Kilver continued, how the human responds to vocalizations from the predator. The creature has trained her to interpret different sound patterns as requests. Yet the human has also trained the creature to remain in the confined ship environment, to use designated areas for waste elimination, to moderate its hunting instincts. But the creature called her my human, someone objected, with clear possessive intent. Yes, and she calls it my cat. Both possess each other. This is the human paradigm. They form bonds that transcend hierarchy. Back on the Meridian Drift, Maya had given up trying to explain and had returned to her cargo route. But the messages kept coming. Scientific inquiries, media requests. One particularly large file from Earth's diplomatic corps with the subject line, "Urgent. You've become an interstellar incident." She opened it reluctantly. The message explained that humanity's relationship with domestic animals, particularly cats and dogs, had become the subject of intense galactic scrutiny. Most species had never successfully domesticated other sentient creatures from their own worlds. The few who had done so maintained strict hierarchies, master and servant, owner and owned. Humans had somehow achieved something different, a partnership, a bond that was emotional rather than transactional. They're calling it the human paradox, the message continued. You love something, therefore you serve it. You serve it, therefore it serves you. Both parties sacrifice for each other's well-being. They're having trouble understanding that this is how humans approach all relationships with each other, with animals, even with their machines. Maya looked at Pepper, who had claimed her pilot's chair and was sprawled across it in supreme comfort, forcing her to use the co-pilot station. You've made us look insane, you know that? She told the cat. Pepper slow blinked at her, the feline, equivalent of a kiss. The galactic perspective on humanity shifted after Pepper's broadcast. They'd been viewed as dangerous, unpredictable, potentially aggressive. Now they were something else, a species that chose partnership over dominance, that formed illogical emotional bonds, that let tiny predators rule their households while simultaneously caring for them. In the consortium's classified files, a new designation appeared beside humanity's entry, capable of domesticating themselves. Approach with caution and perhaps affection. May attempt to befriend anything, including species significantly more powerful. Results indicate success rate, improbable but consistent. Maya never intended to become a galactic ambassador. But Pepper, in his infinite feline wisdom, had revealed something true about humanity. They didn't conquer the universe. They befriended it, one strange relationship at a time. And sometimes they let their cats take credit for it. End.